Hello, I'm Liberty Rambo, and I am here to discuss or illustrate nexus with international environmental issues, such as climate change. How does my profession activities intersect with or are impacted by climate change? Well, the overall biggest thing that I can see is that steadily the Earth gets warmer, and that makes it a little harder on soldiers to train. And we end up with heat casualties. There are cold casualties, but heat casualties are the most common. And those soldiers are readily identified by having a red band on their arm or a red stripe on their helmet. So NCOs know to make sure that those soldiers are drinking water. But let's break it down. Environment in U.S. Army. During peacetime, we still have fuel usage. We still go to the motor pool on Mondays and we fire up our 5 tons and our Humvees and PMCS them and make sure that they're in working order. We do our best to do abide by the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, the Safe Drinking Water Act, and we find ourselves in the National Environmental Policy Act anytime we disrupt the earth. We create environmental impact statements. An FTX, what is that? It's camping, but it's very, very depressing. That's where most of the trauma bonding happens. Pilot programs, what are those? So, what I mean by pilot programs is here at Fort Campbell, we have soldiers who need to log a very specific number of flight hours. Therefore, they just fly their designated aircraft and they log their flight hours. Otherwise, they can lose their certification. USAEC, what is that? That is the United States Army Environmental Command. What do they do? Well, they keep communication with the EPA, they monitor changes in legislation, and they try to create more environmental friendly equipment. And it is also because of the USAEC that we abide by the CAA and the CWA and the SDWA and whatnot. During war, again, you have your fuel usage because when you erect FOBs, your forward operating base, or a small scale military base, so to speak, you need generators to run your electronics and what have you. So, and then you have your vehicles, of course, and then flights coming in and out. Burn pits, burn trash, burn fecal matter. 2014, I was in Africa. There was a trash yard, and it was just full of stuff to burn. Weapons of war, you have your M16, then you also have your 50 cal. And those can distribute a disruption in the environment. We already discussed directions of FOB and how it disrupts the earth. Flights. You need to fly soldiers in, you need to fly equipment in. For our deployment, we were bused from Louisiana all the way to Norfolk, Virginia, and then we were flown to Spain, and then to Italy, and then to Bahrain, and then finally we landed in Africa. Where do we overlap? Well, even with advancements, there are still disruptions of Earth in various forms and pollution on varying levels. And that's where we intersect. We have emissions, which contribute to climate change. Thank you for your time.